Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 5th through the 11th. There's a big energetic shift that is happening right now. We have Pluto backing up this week out of the air sign of Aquarius into an earth sign of Taurus, and Mercury moving out of Taurus, an earth sign, into an air sign, its home sign of Gemini. That happens on the 11th, but we have Venus. That's kind of like the big news. Venus is moving into Leo, where she's going to spend the next 4 months doing a retrograde, helping to empower us. And so let's take a look at what we're talking about here. So there is for you this energy around, you have sudden wealth, community, and there is a little bit of concern around it, but it's number 33. I almost feel like it's around the growth of a community and wealth around that situation. Let's go ahead and grab some cards and see what this is all about. I do want to invite you to come over to Facebook and join the group over there. We are going to be working with Venus, and that, of course, is free, and I do encourage you to check out the astrology that I do there every day. So this moon that we just had, this full moon in Sagittarius, which was in trine with your sign, and Venus moving into Leo is also in trine with your sign. And so there's this flow of fire energy that is happening for you. Okay, so this is a bonus card in this Lenormand deck. Ciro Marchetti put in some extra cards, and you have the card of the cuckoo clock. This is about the divine timing. The North Node doesn't move into your sign until the 7th of July, and so we are building toward that energy. And so there might feel like there's some delays as things are moving in that direction for you. But we have the sun and the moon here. The key to the situation that you have in this reading is this moon, and so I feel like this is the moon that we just had, but it's also about the cyclical nature of things. They're saying it's not this moon we just had, it's the North Node moon. Okay, so the North Node is it is where the energy of the moon that is rotating around the Earth intersects with the energy of the Earth that is rotating around the sun, and that's what creates the nodes. And that's where there's like it's a power dynamic that happens there, and it really creates a lot of shifts and everything in divine timing. And so where you have maybe been concerned about issues around your community, could be your home and family, but the neighborhood that you work in, your job community, wherever it is that you are having these concerns, this divine timing card coming in, where you have this wealth. It's a sudden wealth, and if you look at it, it's like you hit the jackpot. So it could be financial. I do think so, because here in the area of resources, we've got the rider, but the rider is going over the rainbow, and you don't get a rainbow unless there's been a storm, and here we see the clouds are parting. And so for those of you who have been struggling a little bit financially, I think that this is an opportunity that's coming in that is bringing you additional help. It may be coming from your community. So there are resources available to you. I do want to suggest that if you really need some help, that generally there is help to be found out there. All right, let's just see what we have here. All right. There is difficulty coming in after a storm. Let me put that again. There is healing that's coming in after a difficult storm. The rainbow is the healing of energy that is coming in. The clouds are clearing, whatever this is, because here in the energy of what has been drained from you is this energy of the sun, right? And so this is the light shining in, but there's a lot of illumination that comes in the area of you trying to get news and information. We have the letter, which means there is some kind of written communication, a contract, an email, a physical letter, some kind of contract, some kind of news or information is coming into you. And here, where things have been being kept hidden information, it's being unlocked. We have Mercury again moving home into its own sign of Gemini. Gemini is your third house of communication. Mercury coming home to that sign for you, especially if you are an Aries rising, is very beneficial. I do think a lot of information comes in, and it unlocks whatever has been being trapped in your situation. Because here, the key to the heart, the key to the situation is the moon. And here in the heart space, we have the key. And so there is something about really paying attention to your intuition in order to assess and discern what you need to do next, where help is coming from. So here is the whips. And the whips is not generally, it's about showing up. It's what the energy to anchor yourself into. It is the repetitive nature of things. It is also the cyclical nature of things. It is this rhythmic, moving, doing things. And so here we have the castle. It is time for healing and not war. And so again, we come back to this rainbow. And so whatever this thing that has been concerning you in the community, and I don't know, you transform the situation by really pulling your energy into your home space. And so I almost feel like it's like stepping away from the boss, the coworkers, the neighbors that are annoying you, the extended family members, and there's a need for you to bring your energy back into your home space and to regenerate and allow yourself to really focus in on what's happening right now. And so with these planets all shifting signs, it is about, there's a need for a change. Can you find the power of your own self-esteem and self-worth to initiate and create the changes that you are looking for? Here we have the focus on the here and now. So what has happened in the past is something that you really can't do anything about. We learn, we grow from that information. But if we dwell in anger and resentment about something that has happened, that always stifles and holds us in place, and it doesn't allow for the healing. And so it's important that we focus on where we are now. So things that happened in your past that were detrimental, things that happened in your past that were uncomfortable, do they have a causal effect on where you are right now? That is possible. But I believe because of this big energetic shift that we are having right now, that it is about if you are willing to just let it go, because, that whole thing of, well, if they don't say they're sorry, then I'm not ever going to talk to them again, whatever. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but I don't know why I heard the first statement. I do understand why I'm hearing it doesn't matter. Here's what doesn't matter about it. Whether you choose to be involved with people in your life or not, that is a choice you get to make here. It's the here and the now. The difficulty comes in when we keep pulling on the threads of things from the past, and we hang on to the anger and the resentment around them because we're not letting that energy flow through us. And if we do that, that's when it creates actual physical discomfort and disease a lot of times. And so you're being asked to come home to yourself. How do you transform the situation? By recognizing that other people and what they think about you, it doesn't matter. That does not matter, because who you are is what matters, who you know yourself to be. And so taking the time to get to know who you are, you have slow down and celebrate yourself. Even if other people don't recognize your worth, you do. And when I say you do, I mean that is your job, is to understand and recognize your own self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. Venus is really working with all of us right now to help us to really feel that energy. But you have this beautiful flow of energy, being a fire sign, to really work with this over the next 4 months. And so make your home a sanctuary. Where there has been difficulties with family members that live and reside in your current home, try to find a way to ease that situation and be the rainbow bridge that allows the healing to happen, or make a change. Because there is a need for you to really find sanctuary in your home. And there is this divine timing aspect that is happening. So the more that you can find yourself at peace and centered in this energy, I think the easier it is to make the shifts and the changes that are coming over the course of the next year and a half. So this feels very much like the energy of finding almost the hidden wealth of who you are, that the sudden wealth is maybe not necessarily money, but it could be. But it almost feels like the wealth of you, the person, and your own value, and really recognizing your own personal magnificence. So you have mystery and creativity. Which one's which? So we have an ibis, a globe, and a major league crystal there. Your creativity is a story that needs a voice in the world, a way to be heard, and it has moved into your spirit lodge. Creativity is a part of your future life. People think that creativity is outside of them, like truth or power, but it inhabits you like your own life force, and it animates your being. Creativity is within the crystal palace of your mind. You are about to go on a long journey called your life. And as you travel, you will learn to heal the evil forces of darkness. You are a warrior in the fight against ignorance. These dark sorcerers are created within each of us when we live a life of unexpressed creativity. When we live someone else's truth and not our own. To find your own creativity and live that creativity in the world. I love that I'm talking to a fire sign because chances are very good that you are in touch with some aspect of your life that you are creative. But in case you're going, I'm not creative, which I hear every time I ask people to consider their creativity, I just want to emphasize that your thoughts and what you focus on and what your feelings are, you are, if nothing else, and probably most importantly, creating the atmosphere in which you live. And so creating a sanctuary in your home, creating a safe space for you to come home to in the evening, that's creativity, right? It is about finding a way to maybe declutter or to at least make your bedroom a sanctuary. It's kind of hard. I know that it used to be for me, the bedroom was the final frontier. Like I was always trying to keep pace with all the chaos of the rest of the house. And then everything, people would be coming over, you just throw everything in your bedroom. And then one day I said, this is wrong. This is wrong. Because as soon as you clean it up, it seems to magically fall apart again within minutes. And so I decided to focus instead on making my bedroom the first and most important room that I kept neat and orderly and tidy. And what happened is that as I went to bed at night, I didn't go to sleep in chaos and I didn't wake up in chaos. And it started to shift some of the chaos out of my life. And when the house was too much or the kids were too much or whatever, I would just go to my sanctuary. And I just feel like you need a sanctuary. Now, for some of you, that creativity may not be your bedroom. It might be your garden. It might be your maybe you actually have an art studio in your house or your whatever. There's some space. Create a space of sanctuary for you where you are allowed to feel at home and at peace and in comfort and that you get to do what you like to do. Sometimes I would just lay in bed and read or whatever, right? And then you have this card of mystery, and so I don't know which direction is up on this. This is big cosmos energy, and so it feels like you're creating not only the world that you live in, because that globe is there, but also the larger universe in which you reside. And so a shaman can teach you about power. A magician can train you to become strong in spirit and competent in your endeavors in life. But to describe how a miracle happens or how you come to have be a powerful magician is to try to explain the mystery. You could talk around the secrets of power, but if you describe them directly, you lose the power and destroy the mystery. Welcome the mystery and allow the miracle of existence to emerge from the darkness to transform you. There is a major transformation, this shift that is happening as these planets are all changing signs, setting up for the North Node moving into your sign. There's going to be an unraveling of some of the old stuff in order to allow the new stuff to emerge. And it's like, welcome the surprise and the changes. I think it's like hitting the jackpot. You don't know when it's going to happen, but if you don't pull the lever, the sevens don't come up. And so there is a divine timing aspect to this, but when will you hit the jackpot? I can't tell you. But I can tell you that your creativity, what is it that you want to manifest and create in your life? You show up for yourself on the daily and you do the work, you pull the lever. What is luck? Luck is when opportunity meets hard work. And so opportunity is coming. Are you doing the work to manifest and create and bring into your life what it is you want? It's a very powerful message, but mostly it feels very empowering because you have the control. It is up to you. It's the choices you make. It's the decisions you make. And I think there's a lot of clarity coming in. And so here's this chance to focus on where you are right now and where you want to go. And the stuff in the past, the either what you consider to be your missteps or others, they were just learning and growth opportunities. And you are who you are because of those things, and you are where you are because of who you are. And now the question is, where do you want to be next? And are you willing to pull the lever and move in that direction? I sure hope so. I'm on Facebook every day. I do the astrology over there. I would love to have you guys come over and join me for our work with Venus this summer. You guys take great care of yourselves, and I'll see you again back here soon.